love the library. My name is Lisa Holzgrove, and I'm the Public Services Supervisor here at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. And today I'll be talking about some of our upcoming events in September and October. So if you're watching at the beginning of the week, this will be definitely applicable for you. But on Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m., we have storytelling with woodcarver Jerry Ness. Join the library for entertaining stories and learn from woodcarver and storyteller Jerry Ness. He'll detail the process of creating his hand-carved Norwegian figures, as well as sharing the stories that inspire his art. This program is offered free of charge, thanks to funding for the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Next up on Wednesday, September 10th at 3 p.m., we have Genealogy for Beginners. Join us for a beginner workshop that will introduce you to the free databases that are available and teach you how to begin to navigate them. Registration is required, but you're welcome to call, stop into the library, or click online to help out with it. The program is facilitated by library staff. On Thursday, September 11th at 2 p.m., continuing with our Scandinavian theme, we have Vikings in the Attic with author visit from Eric Dregney. Eric Dregney will be discussing his book, Vikings in the Attic, and he'll lead us through historic sites, cultural impact, and traditions of Scandinavians in the Midwest. On Saturday, September 13th, from 9:30 to 3 p.m., we have a very exciting event, the Craft Supply SWAT. You're invited to join us, and you're welcome to donate different supplies. Donations are being accepted September 4th through September 12th. Donations should be brought to the front desk during our regular hours, and anyone who donates will receive a ticket for early admission to the craft supply. So then on the day of the swap, September 13th at 9:30, those of you who have donated and have a ticket are allowed to come in for that first hour. And then from 10 to 2, the swap is open to the general public, and from 2 to 3, anyone is invited to take whatever they want. There are some guidelines of what we accept. All items should be new, very gently used, clean, dry, free from damage, and in good working condition. Small items should be brought in clean containers or resealable bag. Please don't bring partially opened or partially used containers of glue, paint, etc. And don't bring anything that are in aerosol cans, paint thinners, additives, and things. And we do reserve the right to refuse any donated supplies. If you have any questions, please just give us a call or look at the website for all the details. On Tuesday, September 16th at 3 p.m., we have our Tuesday afternoon book club. We'll be discussing the book Out Loud by Anna North. Follow Ada as she has to leave everything behind to become an outlaw since she hasn't become pregnant after a year of marriage. This is because the town that she lived in felt that if one remained barren, one could be considered a witch and hanged. So it should be a good discussion. Saturday, September 20th from 11 to 1 p.m., we have our Great North Star Read Together. Minnesotans are invited to gather at the DL Library to show support for libraries and the vital role that they play in our communities, creating a statewide show of appreciation. Join us for a readout, which includes reading time alongside other library supporters on the lawn outside of our library. Participants are encouraged to bring their own lawn chair or blanket. The Great North Star Read Together is a collaborative effort of library supporters from the Minnesota Library Association, CRPSLA, the Multi-County Multi-Type Library Systems, Minitex, MESLA, and ITEM, and find other participating libraries on the website. On Tuesday, September 23rd at 2 p.m., we have Robotics in Healthcare, sponsored by Library Club. Robotics are rapidly changing the way that we live and work, and healthcare is no exception. From high-tech surgery procedures to freeing up healthcare staff to focus on patient care, robotics are being used in our community. Local physicians and a longtime care administrator will share how robots facilitate surgical procedures and help address workforce shortages. The event is sponsored by the DL Library Club and is free and open to all, and come early for refreshments. On Wednesday, September 24th at 5 p.m., we have our open acoustic jam. Join us for an unplugged jam where all experience levels are welcome. On Saturday, September 27th from 10 to 3 p.m., we have a rose mauling workshop featuring Dorothy Hoover. Discover the art of Norwegian telemark rose mauling with artist Dorothy Hoover. Registration is required for this 5-hour class, which will lead participants through the process of creating their own rose mauling plate. All materials are provided, and registration is open already right now. Register using the button to the left or by calling the library or coming in, and we'll help you register as well. Participants are encouraged to bring a lunch, as it is a pretty long program, and it's offered free of charge thanks to funding to the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and is intended for ages 14 and up. Monday, September 29th at 1 p.m. we have a genealogy workshop. So this isn't a class, it's a workshop. So it just gives you an opportunity to work on your genealogy research with librarians available for it. Registration is required just so we have an idea of how many people are coming. Thursday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. we have our After Hours Book Club. Join us to discuss this month's selection, Twilight and/or Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. Twilight follows a teenage girl named Bella who moves to Forks, Washington and falls in love with a mysterious vampire named Edward. And Midnight Sun tells the story of Twilight just from Edward's perspective. And feel free to also watch the movie version if you'd rather than read the books. And that is at After Hours Book Club at Bucks Mill Brewing, which is 824 Washington Avenue. On Monday, October 6th at 2 p.m., we have Kitchens of Hope with Lee Svitka-Dean, author of the Ultimate Minnesota Cookie Cookbook. Join us to hear her talk about her latest project, which is Kitchens of Hope, co-written with Linda Svitka and Kristen J. Eaton, with photography by Tom Wallace. Bringing readers on a culinary journey around the globe, Kitchens of Hope features recipes and stories of immigrants from more than 30 countries and celebrates cuisines from all around the world. The author will discuss the writing process of that, as well as the Ultimate Minnesota Cookie Cookbook. Admission is free in part due to the funding of Minnesota Arts and Cartridge Heritage Fund. On Monday, October 6th at 4 p.m., we have Ask a Techspert, so come to the library for a session to learn more about your device, plus learn how to download ebooks and e-audiobooks free of charge from Libby. Registration is required, but feel free to just call or walk in and we'll help you register as well. On Tuesday, October 14th at 6 p.m., join us for the 13th Crime with author Janice Preuss, The Ghosts of Injustice in Frontier Otter Tail County. Minnesota author Janice Preuss will take us back in time to the 1887's Otter Tail County in her book, The 13th Crime. Come along as we delve into the true story of Lily Field and her untimely death at the hands of another. Decide for yourself if Lily's ghost still roams this plane, begging for her story to be told. Admission is free, again, thanks in part to the funding from Minnesota Arts and Culture Heritage Fund. Feel free to come to the library and call for all the dates and any other additional information. And thank you for watching the I Love the Library. We hope to see you soon.